Well, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So I thought what we would do today is discuss Mortal Kombat. Now, we will talk non-spoilers first, and then we'll go into spoilers with massive fair warnings. So please don't worry. You don't need to be concerned. There's some candles in the background. I'm going to go and blow them out because that's really going to annoy me. So 2 seconds. But yeah, we're going to talk Mortal Kombat. Literally like a live review, feedback and things like that. And I think I think this will work really well because the majority of the guys that will be here right now, there we go, no candles now. The majority of the guys that are here right now will be from America and things like that. So I thought this would be good because it's not actually been released in the UK. Now I got a screener basically. That's how I managed to watch it. But so many people haven't managed to watch it yet in the UK, and I'm a bit confused. I don't really understand why. It's odd. I don't really understand. So obviously, we're going to talk about it live. Keep it non-spoilers at the start, and then we will get to it as well. I'll give you a big fair spoiler warning and everything like that. So don't worry if you haven't seen it. Be non-spoilers. Also can take some questions and talk about bits and pieces. A little bit more interactive than my review earlier. But I hope you're all right anyway. Where are we all right now in the world? Please do let me know. I hope you're all right anyway. Also, whilst we're all here, got to say it, I've got a second channel. We upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on that channel. It's a car channel. If you're into cars, then you will like it, because there's some very weird, rare cars that I have access to. Got a Nissan Pulsar GTI-R that I'm rebuilding, and today's video was of my friend's R32 Skyline GTR. So check it out. I've left it linked in the chat right there, and also so is one of my wrenches, mods, John Davies. So yeah, check it out, along with my Instagram as well. Check it out. Thank you so much, mods. So, Shane White has dropped on and said, Mr. H just watched an hour of the movie this morning, and it's pretty insane. I know critics gave this film mixed reviews, but I think that's what the fans wanted for a long time. Yeah, so I think the title of my review really does sum it up to me anyway. Obviously, there's more nuance to it, but the title of my review video was basically, it's a bad movie that I really enjoyed. Like, objectively, like, it's bad. Like, there's some really choppy editing. The pace, I didn't mind the pace too much, but some people don't like it. Choppy editing, really bad acting from some people. And there's some wonky CGI, but then also in other parts, the same CGI parts are really good. But I had a great time with it. I hate the lead, but because everything else is pretty decent, or everything else I was entertained by and I really enjoyed, I didn't care that the lead sucked. And was just a vacuous, vapid waste of space that can't act. So it's, there's a lot more nuance to it. But talking of critics slamming it and things like that, I mean, look, it is what it is. I think a lot of people will be, this will be split. Like, a lot of people will not like this movie. And I think that's fair. Like, of course, you're welcome to your opinion. I think it's absolutely fair that some people dislike this movie. I also don't know whether the fans of Mortal Kombat will like this movie. I don't know, because they changed some bits and pieces. And they sort of skirt around a bunch of the lore, but then they also keep to some of it as well. So who knows? Phil Stair says he's glad he didn't go to the theatre to see it. I just watched it on my computer because that's how screeners are normally screened. But I didn't mind it. Honestly, like, I can recommend it because I had a really good time with it. I laugh out loud moments. I was entertained. Kano was great. Is it Josh Lawson? I think the actor's name was. He's fantastic in this. He steals the show. Absolutely steals the show. Mortal Kombat cast. I think it's Josh Lawson. Josh Lawson. Yeah, it is. Honestly, I can massively recommend it. It's one of those things for me. This movie was just it to me, it did what it needed to do. The trailer depicted, for the most part, the tone of the film, and then outside of that, I kind of got what I expected. I got what I wanted from the film anyway. I will say this though, like it was interesting. I still think it's going to really divide people though. That much going all blurry. That much I think it's going to divide a lot of people. Daniel Tucker dropped in for $5 and says Cole sucked, and why is editing so hard? Yeah, there was some really choppy editing there. There's two scenes where like Jax wakes up twice or something like that. It's quite odd, really. That was very, very odd, to be fair. And I didn't like how they all got their powers either. This is no spoilers. I'm not going to be talking spoilers first. But yeah, it was... Yeah, I don't know. How they got their powers I didn't like so much. They basically just sort of became sort of superheroes, I guess. What we've got here, Kano and Cabal interaction was good. A lot of people really don't like the fact that Cabal was basically like a mafioso guy. And I get that as well, actually. I do get that. The Hairball says, was Raiden involved? Yeah, he was. In what way do you mean involved? Was he in the movie? Yes, he was in the movie. Does he have a substantial role? Not substantial, but he has a role. He's in the movie more than just a cameo, put it that way. No spoilers, obviously. Now, Junior BHT says, is it worth my money? It's dependent how you value your money, isn't it? For an entertaining film, something that you can switch off to and I genuinely enjoyed it. I've got no qualms about recommending it, but it's how you value your own money, really, isn't it? That's the thing. We've got a legend in the chat. Jason says, still ain't got the chance to watch it, ironically, because of Friday streams. Thanks so much. I'm glad I could hold you off anyway with a little bit of this stream. Daniel Palomo says, I got what I wanted out of the film. Kano was my favorite character. Overall, I enjoyed for what it is. It's a divisive film among the fans. Yeah, and it will be. It will be massively divisive. So, what's this? Dave Savage says, I felt the fights were actually lacking, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious as to why you think that, I guess, would be more my point. Like, why do you think that the fights were lacking? Let me know. If you want a tournament, it isn't worth your money. If you love combat and the characters, it's worth your money. Yeah, so one thing that I think is worth noting, and it's a mild spoiler, but don't freak out because it's not me. It's something you should know, basically, is my point. But, you know, if you don't want any spoilers at all, and it's not really a spoiler, but if you don't want any spoilers at all, just click off the video. But it's not the tournament. It is not the tournament itself. It's prior to the tournament. So the sequel would be the tournament. And I think if you're going into it, because the trailer's framed really, really well, like the trailer is framed in a way that it makes you think that they are having the tournament, right? And I think if you go into it expecting that, I think you're going to be disappointed, and that's a shame. To be fair, that's a shame. But whatever. What was your impression of Sub-Zero? I liked it. Like I like Taslim and Hiroyuki. Fantastic. Great. Both of them, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, were absolutely fantastic. They were really, really, really good. Hiroyuki Sanada, isn't it? Hiroyuki Sanada was criminally underused in this. He's such a good actor and such a good fighter as well. He should have been used a lot more. A lot more. Where can I watch Mortal Kombat? I don't know. Not in the UK. No idea. I got a screener. So the Harley Quinn, that "get over here" line in the final film was definitely changed from the first trailer. So they actually changed it in the second trailer. One of the like Scorpion trailers that were released, it was changed. And I will say this as well: by the time that line is said in the film, it's, to me, it was one of those things that I was like, yep, like I'm all for that at that point, because it builds up to it really nicely. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely great. Genuinely really, really great. So yeah, so let me talk about some bits and pieces. If you want to get involved in the chat, use the super chat function. But I'm gonna squeaky chair myself back over here and just chit chat about it. Really, just give you a live review. But like I said, if you want to get involved in the review itself, give your thoughts over super chats. Great way to support the channel as well. So all in all, look, Cole Young. Lewis Tan, it is Lewis Tan, isn't it? My God, I really, he's terrible. He genuinely is terrible, and I'm not sure what else he's been in. Like, if I go to his page, what else has he been in? He was in Deadpool 2. What was he in Deadpool 2? God damn. Well, he's been in a whole bunch of things, apparently, but I don't think he's good at all. I think he's a really, really bad actor. And he lets it down quite a lot as well, like quite a lot. He is very, very, very wooden. Some of the line delivery is just atrocious, really, really bad. And for a character that was mandated from the studio, you would have thought they'd have given something better than that. Like, that was a bad mandate. Like, it was a real bad mandate. I don't understand what they were doing. I don't understand why they chose to do that. A lot of people keep referring to the comments that the producer made. A lot of people really, really dumb. They just think it's the director. If you're going to complain about something, at least know who said it. So it was the producer that said it, as to why they didn't have Johnny Cage in the film. But I also think a lot of that is just basic outrage, to be fair. Because at the end of the day, Johnny Cage wouldn't have added anything to that story specifically. If you've watched the film, you'll know as to why Cole Young is in it, because it is part of the narrative. He's just a really bad actor, but it is part of the narrative. And if you just swapped it out for another character, you would have had to have rewritten the entire film. So it actually doesn't work on that swap thing. Swapping characters out wouldn't have made any sense. And that's as no spoilers as I can get it, to be fair. And again, his power, as Bailey Ford jumped in the chat and says, was crap. Like, all he had was a suit of armor that stemmed from a bracelet or something like this. Very strange. Suit of armor, and then that could absorb kinetic energy, I guess, and then he could sometimes expel it, but also not all the time. Strange power, dumb power. And also, I don't think it made an awful lot of sense, because I can't go into that in non-spoilers, to be fair. Finbar White has joined the conversation with £5. Says, evening, Mr. H, the squeaky chair, the Motley Crew. Hope you all had a good day. I give the film a 6 to 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say that's about, honestly, that's about on par with what I would want to give it, to be fair. Like, I had a good time with it. I had a really, really good time with it. Didn't have any issues with it at all. Like, there's lots of problems with the film, but was I deeply entertained by it? Yeah. And it was just fun. It was what I wanted it to be, I guess. Like, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's going to be some dumb fun. I will say this. I did think it was going to be a lot better than the trailer had depicted, I guess, in some respects, because they led quite largely with that feudal Japan scene. And that feudal Japan scene is, that feudal Japan scene. It's on YouTube, right? They released the first 7 minutes of the film. They shouldn't have done that. And they shouldn't have led with that in the trailers. Although they still should have, because good marketing is going to get people interested. But that seems to set the tone as something that I would say it's probably not. And I guess that's why I got my hopes up quite a lot. It was... yeah, a lot of it was played in the trailer to be very, very serious. But then when you get to the film, like, a lot of it is laugh out loud funny. Like a lot of it is supposed to be very, very funny. And it's not funny as in it's supposed to be bad funny. It's supposed to be laugh out loud funny because of dialogue and what people say and do. And I think, yeah, I don't know, like that's good and bad, to be fair, because of how they've written it and how they edited the trailer. Dan Tucker joined the conversation for $5, says plot armor is the best armor, Cole. Yeah, the funny thing is that his character was a point of view character that was inserted into the film randomly, and his power is literally to have armor. And it's like, you couldn't be any more on the nose if you tried. Like, the guy had plot armor and also armor. It's like, right, okay, come on now, behave. Tales from Junkyard says, missed age review, so no Johnny Cage versus Goro nutshot scene then. How dare they? Also, hail the table and hail my fellow chat pirates. Cheers. Yeah, so in spoilers, we'll touch on we'll touch on Johnny Cage. And a lot of people have already jumped to the conclusion. They're like, oh, they're going to make him a black guy and all this kind of stuff. I can assure you from what the film depicts, that's not going to be the case anyway. Because there's certain things in the film, but I can't tell you because spoilers. We'll get to it though. We will, I promise. Snake Eyes dropped in €5, but nothing came through. So I would assume, and I'm sorry, that Google deleted that. So I'm really sorry about that, dude. I will keep an eye out for another one. And if one of the wrenches see it, my mods, then they can let me know as well. Goma Kyle for $5 says, I liked it, but the Arcana stuff crap put in just for Cole. Yeah, Cabal, great, because his voice is cringe in Mortal Kombat 11. Oh, okay. I think that was a joke put in for fans, 6.5. Oh, okay. Well, I can vibe with that. That's not too bad. Yeah, the Arcana stuff I hated. So we'll get to that in a second because again, spoilers, but I don't want to get into it just yet. Yeah, interesting. Really, really interesting. So let's talk about rough storyline. So we don't, and it moves along at a pretty breakneck speed, to be fair. Like, that 7 minutes in feudal Japan was just awesome. So good. It was the best. And Andrew, in fact, has just chimed in the conversation for $5 and says basically the same thing. The first 7 minutes, I was all in. The rest, not a fan of chopped up fight scenes. Yeah. So some of the editing on the fight scenes wasn't great, but then they lingered hard. They didn't shy away from the fatalities. So I'll give them that. This is the problem, right? So when I say it's a bad movie, but I really enjoyed it, I can see that the editing sucks on a lot of stuff. But then they showed people's heads being crushed, people being cut in half, like fatalities galore. And I'm like, you done me dirty there, mate. But then I love this, so I don't know what to say. And this is the problem. This is the, because it's very contradictory. The entire review is very contradictory. You're like, it was a bad film, but my God, it was really good at the same time. Because I feel like they did just enough fan servicey things to what people were expecting. I think. I don't know. I think that's kind of where I'm sat with it. Yeah. And a lot of, like, Joseph Pullen says even the fatalities were kind of boring, though. I didn't get that. I didn't get the sort of boringness there. I thought the fatalities were pretty damn good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I tell you what I didn't like, though. What I didn't like, it's dialogue. The dialogue in this film was just rats. So bad. And it's not even just the dialogue, but it'll be like line delivery. So Cole, Lewis Tan, my God, that boy just can't act. Some of his line delivery is just appalling. And you think to yourself, right? Like, I've made a film. Some of the line delivery in that film was absolutely garbage, right? Like, I know that because I was there and I've reviewed it and I've edited the film and I know that the line delivery is trash. And that it's just bad acting, right? That's all it is. It's just bad acting. Because if you go take after take after take after take and you still can't get someone to deliver the line appropriately, You do actually have to call it a day at a certain point. And I think that's what they did with Lewis Tan quite a lot, because they were shooting for a good 3-4 months, I think, in the end. And they would have done a lot of takes on these, because he doesn't have that much dialogue, right? He doesn't have a lot of speaking lines. He just doesn't. So if he doesn't have a lot of speaking lines, but most of the line delivery is garbage, it means that those takes are the best takes. Not a good sign. It's not a good sign. It's not at all. And that he's the major problem here. He really is. Luke Baraket, says, I love to get over here, but Scorpion, even if him saying it doesn't make sense, seeing how, spoilers, Scorpion doesn't speak English. Yeah, so he in the film he doesn't speak English, and that's not like, it's not a spoiler really. He's from feudal Japan and he's been in hell, hasn't he? We all know that. We've seen the trailer. We know the character of Scorpion. What's he going to be doing? So he doesn't speak English. So when he turns up and says, get over here, although it's a kick-ass line, like, it does leave you going, what? Scratching your head. Like, what are you talking about, mate? It's so bad. Shame, to be fair. What was Jax's special ability? Making metal arms not shit. Yeah, basically. This is the problem, right? So, and Sith Spit says, I agreed with Mr. H reviews. The Raiden actor was very underwhelming. Raiden was a problem in this film. I don't know what it was with the actor. So the actor, I can't even pronounce his name. I really tried in that review. The actor's name is Tadanabu Asano. Tadanabu Asano. I don't know what else has he been in, because I just found him really, I can't even put my finger on it. I don't know what it is that I didn't like about him, basically, but I didn't like him, and I can't put my finger on what it was. He's been in a lot of stuff: Ichi the Killer, 47 Ronin, Battleship, Mongol, Thor, The Outsider, Midway. He's been in loads of stuff. God damn. But I just didn't like him. He's in Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok. Who is he in that then? All right. Anyway, I didn't like him. I thought I couldn't put my finger on it. Whether it was the performance that he was given, maybe the direction that he was given, it just wasn't, to me, it just wasn't there. It wasn't really there. I was on Midnight's Edge earlier, and a lot of them was like, he needed more gravitas, you know, an actor that waltzes in and goes, awesome. You know, it's someone with gravitas, charisma. Speaking of which, charisma, Lewis Tan has absolutely none. Also, ladies and gents, we've got 300 people here. Please do head on over and subscribe to my second channel. I've just linked it in the chat, as well as it's in the description box. If you like cars, which I know a lot of you do, head on over to my second channel. I think you'll really, really like it. I upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. English time. Anyway, so back to this movie review. So Raiden I didn't like, but minor. I actually quite liked, and this will rile a lot of people up, but fuck it, I don't care. CC Stringer as Melina. I actually thought I thought she was good. For what she's in it and what she's there for, I thought she was pretty good. Like, she has presence, let's put it that way. And I enjoyed that. I thought she was good. Makad Brooks, who played Jax. Yeah, good. I liked his depiction, but I don't know whether he played it maybe too cool. Because it's in the trailer, and let me explain. So he's in the trailer, obviously he gets his arms smashed off, right? It's literally in the trailer, it's not a spoiler. He gets his arms frozen off and obliterated. So when I'm looking at him getting recovering and things like that, I think if they had more time, you could have really played into that as a character arc of him going through something, and that would have been really good. So I don't know whether I I don't think it's an issue with the actor. I think it's an issue with the structure of the film and the writing, basically. If they had more time, I think you could have devoted a little bit more time to him going through that really painful arc of losing his arms, having, getting the metal arms, and then regaining the ability to do stuff. Because in one scene, he's kind of struggling a little bit and crying. Then in the next scene, he's punching something. And then in the next scene, he's eating with everyone at the dinner table. And I'm like, you're not, come on now, mate. Whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. It was a bit. I think they could have gave it a bit more time. But I like the actor, Mehcad Brooks, and I really liked the dialogue. This is one of the good dialogues. So his line to Sub-Zero, he's fighting Sub-Zero, and it's a good fight. And I liked the fight choreography on that. And he gets punched around a lot, and he literally gets up and he sort of shakes himself off, and he goes, "I did 5 tours, motherfucker." I was like, yes. Or 5, I don't know whether he said 5 tours or whatever, I don't know. But I was like, yeah, that's great, mate. Like, yeah, good. I enjoyed that. Like, I thought that was really, really decent. I thought that was pretty damn good, to be fair. Just fun. Liu Kang, played by Ludi Lin, enjoyed that. He was a good actor. A little bit meek in moments, but in the dialogue of his backstory, you learn that and you go, okay, we know why he's a bit meek. And I thought that was good, to be fair. I'm being corrected. People are like 6 tours, bitch. I didn't think he said bitch. Maybe he said bitch. I don't know, but it was good. I like the dialogue. The guy who... Kung Lao, Max Huang, who played Kung Lao, did not like him. And I don't know whether it's the actor, how he's been directed in the performance. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. What do you think to that? What did you think of him in the role of Kung Lao? Good or bad? What did you think? Because to me, it again similar to Raiden. Like is it the writing? Is it the actor? Is it the direction? What is it with him? Don't know. He seemed overly pretentious, I guess, and just wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't what I expected of that character. Basically, he seemed a bit. It was a bit of a douche. I guess that's the point. He did come across a bit like a douche, and maybe that's why. Yeah, I didn't like him. I've covered Joe Taslim and Hiroyuki Sanada. They were absolutely fantastic in this, and they really were. The guy Nathan Jones who plays Reiko was funny. I think his direction was quite literally just roar and go mental with your eyes, just emote the shit out of this. I think that was his direction. But he was good. Reiko was good in this. Royce Parker has joined the conversation. Says, "Shame, I'm wearing this t-shirt then." Oh, yeah, no. It's a good film. I enjoyed the film. Not a shame at all. Not a shame at all. One of the wrenches in the chat says, we've got 3, 2, 1 watching, 135 likes. Please smash that like button. Yes, please do, ladies and gents, because this will be on the channel after the fact as a live discussion. So please do hit that thumbs up button. Helps the channel out, helps this video get out there a little bit. Now, look, obviously the guy who stole the show was Josh Lawson's Kano, right? So good. And you get the teeniest of glimpses from the trailer. But yeah, he's basically like the comedy relief, I guess, but not, because you say that term and you go, oh, so he's just played up like an idiot then. But he's not really. Like, he's someone to be reckoned with in this film. So although he's like, comedic relief, like, it's not someone that you look at and go, oh yeah, so they're treating him like a dipshit. Like, he's not. He's he's manipulative and manipulated, but yeah, his dialogue was great. I wonder how much of that's like ad-libbed, because they just go like, just be full Aussie, mate. Just go full-blown Aussie. And I wonder how much of that is ad-libbed. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I really liked it, though. I really, really liked it. Julie von Heften Says Kung Lao was pretty much a douche like in the games. Oh, okay, yeah, no, there you go. That's fine then. So there you go. So different perspective, different opinion. Yeah, all right, I agree with that. That's, yeah, good. Good to get a difference of opinion there. Reiko is more complex in the source material. He's a skilled tactician and general in the games. In the film, he's just a jobber who growls. Yeah, I'll give you that. I think that they wanted to include a lot of people and then try and ship them out so they could get more people in a sequel, because there is absolutely sequel bait for this film, and I don't hate it. I don't hate the sequel bait. I do hate the sequel bait though. If Lewis Tan is the goddamn main character again, which it implies that he's going to be, and that pisses me off because he's crap. Marcellus Neil says Goro's look was okay, but I didn't like how Cole defeated him. So I really like Goro in this film. I thought that the effects of Goro was pretty good. Now, bearing in mind, I had a 1080p screener, and it was on this computer screen that I watched it. But this is like a wide, like a 30. I don't know, like a 30. I don't know. It's a wide angle screen, so pretty okay screen, but not highest quality. But I actually quite liked the effects of Goro. I thought the effects of Goro were pretty damn decent, to be fair. And I could be wrong. If you've watched it on 4K, you may say, yeah, bad. Like, I don't know. But to me, it was pretty damn decent. But yeah, he got defeated like a bitch. And I hated that. Super bad. And the problem is, because a lot of people go, mild spoilers now, mild spoilers. A lot of people go to Shang Tsung's dialogue at the end where he says death is just another portal, right? And they go, yeah, but definitely anyone that died in this is coming back. And I go, but it doesn't matter if they're coming back now. It doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter if they're coming back now? Because they're defeated like bitches. Unless they're going to go for a radical training program with Shang Tsung, I don't care. I don't want to see him again. Like, it doesn't make them more formidable that they've died and come back, does it? That makes them less formidable. It makes them a bitch. So I really don't like that. Like, I really, really don't. Nick Flaskett for £10 has joined the conversation and helping keep the lights on here. Thank you so much. Excited to see Mortal Kombat. I was never interested in Lewis Tan's Cole Young anyway, but if it's an enjoyable film regardless, then great. It is actually, genuinely. I had a really good time with it. I've ordered a Blackfields Blu-ray. Really enjoyed it, man. Thank you so much. Just to reiterate on the Blackfields Blu-ray situation, we have, last time I looked and had an update, we actually only have 30 left, ladies and gents. 30 left, and then basically it's done. If they sell out, I will be reluctant to make more, basically, and they only get sold until May 3rd. So I've left it in the chat again. If you want to check it out, please do go and check it out. Buy it whilst you can, support it whilst you can, because it's never going to be sold again. And I'm never going to make a Blu-ray again. This is the only Blu-ray that I'm making. I'm not doing one for Breaking Lights, the Lovecraft film. I'm not doing it. So check it out. Devin Lovin says, thoughts on Joe Taslim returning as Noob Saibot in a sequel, thanks to Quan Chi. So, yeah, it sets up Noob Saibot pretty easily. It does set up Noob Saibot. Yeah, I would be keen to see that, to be fair. I'd be keen to see that. But then I wonder what the interaction between him and Scorpion would be moving forwards. Or maybe Scorpion's just done at that point. Maybe we're never going to see him again. Well, it does say, you freed me. So either freed him from his revenge mission or freed him from the confines of hell. And he can go and rest in peace. I don't know. But I'd be keen to see Noob Saibot. And they definitely imply it. So, yeah. Vitaly Guz says, if not for the movie's story structure, Sonya and Jax could have easily been the point of view characters, really, especially with Sonya not being chosen. Yes, you raise the perfect point here. And this point is so very valid, is that the producer came out and said, we didn't have Johnny Cage because we didn't want him to lead the film. No one says Johnny Cage has to be the lead of the film, for fuck's sake. But I didn't want him to be the lead of the film because it felt wrong to have a white guy lead the film with such a diverse cast. That's dumb. Kano's a white guy. He's pretty much one of the main characters in it. Sonya's a white girl. She's pretty much one of the main characters in it. It's super dumb dialogue. He was doing it just for woke points. He's an absolute prick for saying it because it's not related to the film at all. If you watch the film, you'll go, what the fuck was he on about? Like, genuinely, what was he on about? It's such nonsense. And it is nonsense. Watch the film, you'll go, it's not woke at all. Like, there's nothing like that in the film at all. Women get beaten around. Like, I mean, they wouldn't if it was woke, would they? Let's be honest. So you raising this as a point is great. You know, Sonya and Jax could have been the point of view characters. They could have easily been the point of view characters. They could have been the ones, we could have followed them on their mission of recruiting people, doing their research. She's not the chosen one, but then she becomes the chosen one because she, kills someone. That would have been great. Not even the, chosen one, but being chosen by killing someone. Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been really, really, really good. So, yeah, shame. And very valid point. Really, really valid point. Pretty racist to say if being white is a disqualifier to be a lead in a diverse cast. Yeah, no, it is. But again, he was just saying it for woke points. Like, watch the film, you'll see what I mean. It's not related to the film at all. Valiant Renegade says, watched in 4K HDR. VFX were overall very good. Goro felt nerfed and got, but yeah, they nerfed him, and I didn't like that. Got beat way too easily. Cole was boring. Armor was awful. Setup for Cage at the end was nice, but please, no more Cole. Excuse me. 7 out of 10. Fun. 100%. Like, it was a really good, really, really good film, but just dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. So, with respect to Goro being nerfed, yeah. And then people saying, yeah, no, he could come back. No, not interested. Don't care. That's dumb. And so set up for so let's talk about how they set up Johnny Cage, right? So we're still talking about spoilers, right? We're still talking about spoilers now. I've given some spoilers anyway. So spoilers, I guess. So Johnny Cage is not in it, but he is in it, right? He's in it at the end. So Lewis Tan's Cole Young is he's a washed-up MMA fighter, and we see him fighting in the cage at the start, and then at the end we see him cleaning out his locker. He gets offered another fight for $200, and he turns it down, and he says, "No, I'm not fighting for $200 anymore." And the guy goes, "Why? Like, too good for you, giving it all up or something like that?" And he goes, "Yep." And he goes, "I'm going to Hollywood." Right? He walks out, and as he walks out, we zoom in on a Johnny Cage poster. We don't see the face of Johnny Cage. Obviously, they've not hired an actor yet, so they just got a poster. And then we see Johnny Cage, and he's a white guy. So anyone thinking that they're going to swap him, don't worry about it. And that's the setup. Like, Lewis Tan, Cole Young, is going to Hollywood because everyone is going to recruit more of these chosen, mortal combatants, basically, of Earth Realm to fight in the Mortal Kombat tournament. And that's the problem. Cole is set up for the sequel. I don't want to see Cole in the sequel. He's shit. Like, he's shit. He's a crap actor. So bad. Dan Tucker's joined in and says, Cole could die off screen and no one would be mad. You're completely right. Completely right. Sotos says, so can someone explain to me, so Cole Young gets his ass beaten by a regular MMA fighter and after, out of nowhere, he beats Goro. How is that impossible? How is that possible? Well, because he unlocks his arcana. So this is the other thing, right? This is the other thing. Let's talk about how. No, there's no post-credit scene. Let's talk about how. Let's talk about how they do the powers and stuff like that. So they give everyone a power because the mark that they have basically allows them to have a superpower. Kano is a laser eye. It's not an implant. It's not. He just gets a laser eye. Didn't like it. I thought it was dumb. Jax already has metal arms, and he unlocks his arcana by trying to lift a rock off of Sonya Blade, and his superpower is stronger metal arms. No, super lame. What are you doing? No. The others were good, like Kung Lao, obviously razor blade hat, which he awesome fatality. He cuts Nitara. He cuts Nitara in half with the razor blade hat, literally in half down the middle. You see her guts, you see her skull, her brain. That was great, super awesome. And how Jax uses his hands are really cool. So he fights Reiko and he literally goes, crushes Reiko's head. It's just obliterated, just blood and guts, blood and brains everywhere. That was so cool. That was awesome. That was genuinely awesome. Sonya Blade gets purple laser beam wrists. Arcana. All right. And what else? Well, interestingly, Sub-Zero's Arcana power would be the ice stuff, because he was from Earth Realm, but then switched sides. Liu Kang's power of the fire and stuff, it was good. Like, it all worked. And I guess you could say that Cabal's power is to move really fast. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Manchild, epic name, 083, says, how is it that the Shang Tsung and his minions can find the Mark 1s, but Raiden cannot? Did not make sense. Yeah, but then I think that there's some dialogue to that effect that they basically say, they basically say like, oh, well, we don't want to, he can't involve himself or something like that. So I think that they try to get around it by saying that, but that's dumb. I didn't like that. And you are completely right. You know, how does Sub-Zero find everyone, but then no one else can? Like, Liu Kang walks into the desert and goes, oh my god, I found you. No, idiot. Sonya Blade, Cole Young, Kano found you, or was trying to find Raiden's temple. They got a little bit close to it, and you found them. You were not out looking for them. And you only found Jax because he was bleeding out on the floor. Like, you're dumb. They're so dumb. Devin Lovin says they should most definitely give Cole the Cage treatment from Mortal Kombat Annihilation if they greenlight sequels. Cole's death would also give Hanzo a good reason to return. Yeah, you got a good point there, actually. With Cole there, is there a reason for Hanzo to come back? Scorpion? Probably not. People have said that Joe Taslim has signed on for like a whole bunch of sequels. They obviously want that Chinese money. I get that. Like, I actually want to see sequels to this film. Like, I do actually want to see sequels. I don't even care. I'm not even apologetic. Couldn't give a shit. So yeah, I'm happy to see sequels, but I just don't want Lewis Tan involved because he's crap. Why did Scorpion need Cole's help to beat Sub-Zero? So dumb. Yeah, didn't like that either. I thought that was bad. That was bad, actually. Because I think having Cole help Scorpion beat Sub-Zero detracts from that arc that was set up at the start so nicely, because that feudal Japan scene is so great. And then you want to see him succeed, right? And you definitely want to see him succeed as well, because he's reminded of it. He sees Cole's family frozen up against the cage, and he gets flashbacks to himself with his wife and his kid. And you go, yeah, that could be touching. That could be the moment that he absolutely cuts loose and redeems himself. You know, it's the last of his bloodline. He doesn't want them to die, so he goes all out in that moment. But he doesn't, because Cole helps him. And I think that they missed the beat there. They really missed the trick, and that's a shame. And you've got a really valid point there, to be honest. But I will say this, by the time Scorpion gets there at the end, right? Because it is basically the end of the film, and he just drops in. He just comes out of nowhere and he sends that. I actually knew what it was called for a while. Sends the blade through Sub-Zero, and he goes, "Get over here." It just works, man. Like, it works. That's where you go, yes, go and fuck him up. Because he's been brutal the entire film, and Scorpion's been teased, and he never really turns up, and he turns up at the end, and you're like, yeah, man, fucking do it. Yes. Good, good, good. What did James Wan do for the film? Nothing. This is the problem with people think James Wan is really good with films. When he signed up to a film, like 9 times out of 10, he just puts a bit of money in it, or he gets some financiers involved. Like, he's nothing. He doesn't really do that much with films, to be fair. Macho Man says, I enjoyed it. Solid flick. I think the main character was just whack. Again, should have been Johnny instead. They could have made it work, no excuses. But they would have had to have rewritten the film. Like, if you watched it, you do know that you can't just swap out the characters, because otherwise Johnny would be related to Scorpion. That would be dumb, wouldn't it? I wouldn't like that, to be fair. Let me scroll back down. Oh, yeah, the kunai. Yes, rope dart. That's the one. James Wan was producer for this film, but after this one, I think Warner Brothers needs to give him the sequel. No, I don't want him involved. This is the same guy who wants the reboot Train to Busan. I don't want him involved in a sequel. Asaya Valeriano. Sorry if I butchered that, dude. I thought the Kung Lao screen presence was underrated and definitely needed a lot more screen time. Do you think? I didn't like Kung Lao. I thought he was bad. But again, I've been corrected by a bunch of people. But I thought he was too arrogant. I didn't like it. What's this? Admit it, you like Sonya. I said in the review, I liked Sonya Blade. I thought she was good in this. I thought the actress was actually good, to be fair. I've never seen her in anything else. Jessica McNamee? What has she been in? She was in the Meg. What the fuck was she in the Meg? What? What was she in the Meg? Let me have a look. Apparently she was in the Meg. Laurie. Oh, I don't know. She's been in not an awful lot of things, but she's been in some stuff. I quite liked her. I thought she was fine. And I thought she played a good Sonya Blade. I thought she played a good Sonya Blade. I thought she was good. Yeah, no issues with that at all. Also, ladies and gents, like I said, got my Blu-ray there. Please do go and check it out if you want. And also, as well, more importantly than the Blu-ray, although that's pretty important, we've only got 30 left, so you do actually have to grab it if you want it, because once they're gone, they're gone. It's my second channel. It's a car channel. Please do go and check it out. Would appreciate it if you would go and subscribe to my second channel. It's a car channel, though. Not everyone's into cars, but some people might. If you like cars and I say Nissan Pulsar GTIR, you should know what that is. And if you don't, but you like cars, you'll want to know what it is, because it's a very special car. Head on over to my channel. You'll know what it is, because I'm working on one. Anyway, did anyone die too quick, do you think, Mr. H? Yeah, so Reptile died pretty damn quickly. I thought Kung Lao died pretty quickly. It was Reptile that died first, wasn't it? I'm pretty certain Reptile died first. I thought Kano died, right? Kano does die in this. But technically no one's dead, because they say, at the end of the film, they say, death is just another portal. So it implies that they can be returned and things like this. So no one's technically actually dead. I just get that out there straight away. But Kano died too quick, because if he doesn't come back, that's a shame. Goro died too quick, not in the context of the film, but too quick with who he was up against. He shouldn't have died. They should have put him, Goro's the type of character to have go up against a cannon fodder character, right? Like, you should have Goro go up against someone to show that he's a badass, and then face off against someone else to show that they're a bigger badass, because Goro is imposing and people want to see him fight. So I think Goro died too quick, because he died against Cole Young Louis Tan's character, and that was garbage, absolute garbage. Marshmallow's dropped in and says, haven't seen it yet, but sometimes it's great to have unknown actors have roles in larger budget films. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Oh, here we go. Natara did without getting a hit in. Yeah, and also Melina died quick as well. Yeah, but also she didn't die quickly. She was in it quite a lot, but I guess she did sort of die quickly as well. I don't know. I didn't hate her though. I thought she was pretty good in this. She's not done a lot of stuff either. Like, I'm looking at what she's done. She was a second unit director, and she did Mortal Kombat, Children of the Corn, and Bloody Hell. So she's done nothing. She's working up there. Who is she then? Who is CC Stringer? I don't know. I thought she was good, like good actor or actress, whatever's PC. I don't fucking know anymore. Let me scroll back up. Have I missed one? No, I haven't. The Wolf for $10 said nothing because I think YouTube deleted it. I'm sorry about that. Katana was teased. They have the fan in the same colors. So, yeah. And Vinny is completely right and says Melina is a clone, so theoretically there can be other clones. Yes. I think one of the major things about Melina was a lot of people say she died too quick because they didn't get to see her teeth too much. Got to remember, like, I think from budgetary constraints, I think that they did. I think they did enough. There's a lot of effects in this film, and there's a lot of practical effects as well. And I think if you were going to animate someone's mouth to look like that, like a lot more, I think you would have struggled. But I also think that's because they made dumb decisions, right? So they included Goro in the film. Like, it's cool to see him, but then they killed him. So that was dumb. Don't even have him in, really, if you're going to do that. You had Natara in the film. You shouldn't have even had her in it. Why did you have her in it? You cut her in half, you dickhead. So to animate a full Natara could have animated more of Melina's teeth, right? And then that would have given more fan service, and people would have liked that a lot more. So it's a toss up, isn't it? Like, I look at it and I go, yeah, no, I get that, but you could have done it a bit better. I get that there's budgetary constraints, but you did dumb things with the budget that you had as well. So yeah. The sequel will have a bigger budget. That's if they even get a sequel. You don't know, do you? If Melina dies, will that mess up the Katana storyline? No, because they already show Katana's fans in Raiden's temple, so I don't know. Yeah. Yes, Colin McLean, we're talking spoilers now. I passed on this flick. The first 7 minutes were more than enough for me. The CG is too obvious. I think you're talking yourself out of a pretty decent, entertaining watch. To be fair, I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was. Baraka. I would love to see Baraka in a sequel. Baraka would be awesome. Yeah, I think that'd be rad. I think someone said something about my tattoo being cool. Thank you very much. God damn. Hold on. I've got my squeaky chair on a rug here. Pain in the ass. Right, anyway. What's this? Favorite character in the film. So Alex Sutton says favorite character in the film is Kano. Kano is the favorite character. If you watch this film and you don't like Kano and he's not your favorite character, then I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know what to tell you. Kano is epic in this film. He's really, really cool. He's very, very good. Squeaky chair, I know, it's proper squeaky. I'm trying to get comfortable because my back was really painful, so I'm just trying to. I'll put my leg on it and trying to move around. Anyway, sorry, there you go. Why didn't they use all the characters? They can't use all the characters because it's not. So this is the other thing, and like, and I said this in the non-spoiler section, but we'll talk spoilers now anyway. It's not a tournament. It's not a tournament at all. So because it's not a tournament, you can't have everyone in. You can't have everyone because they are creating circumstances by which they are just recruiting people. So the next film implies that there's going to be a lot more, right? A lot more characters. They set up Johnny Cage, so it makes sense. Like, makes a lot of sense. But I do think that's a shame because the trailer looks as if they're in a tournament. There are certain locations where there's it looks like a tournament. The scene between Liu Kang and Cabal looks like they're in a tournament setting, but they're not, and that's a shame. And I think they missed the beat there. And a manga fan, why isn't it a tournament? Because they didn't write it like a tournament. That's why. I don't know what to say. They just didn't write it so it was a tournament. They put it as the setup for the 10th tournament because there'd been 9 before. Because they'd won the 9 tournaments and then they were going to try and win the 10th one. So I think this is technically Mortal Kombat 10, I guess you could say. Holy Tacos says, "Hey, Mr. H, what did you think of the Jax and Reiko fight? I was pissed they didn't use the stage. Also, fights were short. Your thoughts on the matter? I just joined if you already covered." So I sort of covered, and I said I actually really quite liked that fight specifically. But I think what you're referring to here is valid. You know, they didn't. It didn't take long enough. It didn't last long. I don't know really. It's tricky. I didn't hate it. This is the problem. Like, there's issues with it, and I get that I get the issues. Like, I look at it and go, yeah, 100%. But when you come back with that fatality of boom and just crushes his head, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm all in at this point. Like, that's epic. I love that. That's awesome. But yeah, the fights were short. But I think that's the point because it's not a tournament. I think in the next one, when it is a tournament, maybe it'll be a bit longer. I don't know. It's only a guesswork at this point, isn't it? What other things? Yeah, I think it being... Yeah, I don't know, really. I think it not being a tournament has actually enabled them to write a whole bunch of stuff, which makes it better for them as writers for all of this stuff, I guess. Finbar White says, how should they do the sequel? Who you like to see in it? Need new squeaky chair for your birthday? Yeah, I do. So just as an FYI, ladies and gents, we might not do a stream next Friday because it is actually my birthday in a week. So I'm probably going to stream on Thursday instead because Friday I don't want to be online. Basically, I work in the daytime and I do videos and things, but come the evening, I don't know whether I want to. Yeah, maybe like not on my birthday night. Maybe. Hopefully, you guys understand that. I guess I don't know. Do you understand? Hopefully, you do. Hopefully, that's not me being a dick. Yeah, cool. Holy Tacos says, "Why show the pit stage if you're not going to knock him off onto the spikes?" Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. But then you wouldn't get the boom fatality. I don't know. Like, is that not? What one's better? Is it the spikes? Is that as the death better, or is having the hands crushing the guy's head? Is that not better? I don't know, because I think that's better. Like, I think the head crushing's better, personally. But I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? A lot of people say you guys understand. Cool. Okay. TOFM Drone says Friday evening, Mr. H is going to be hammered. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I'll still be working in the daytime. I'll still make videos for you all and things like that. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I may do a live stream on Thursday instead. So hopefully you guys would understand that. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Colin McLean. I'd say the most disrespectful death to Mortal Kombat fans is Goro. I don't mind that he was killed, but he is supposed to be a Mortal Kombat tourney champion, and a non-Mortal Kombat character kills him. Agreed. Absolutely agree. In fact, I think that. I think that makes a lot of sense, right? And that's a shame. That is a shame. But also he was killed. They nerfed him. They almost did what they do with the Hulk in the MCU, right? You get a character that's massive, strong, just a big beast, and then you nerf him. You're like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? It sucks. It sucks. Henry Ford says this dude has a thigh for an arm. Jesus. I've said, well, in fairness, I'm trying to sit so I'm a bit more comfortable because my back is all off kilter. Thanks. Cheers. You guys normally only see me from like the neck down, the shoulders down. What's this? Robert Mitchell says, good point. Live stream on Thursday. No worries. Do your thing. Thank you. Now we need some Street Fighter. I wouldn't mind a Tekken film, to be fair. There's been some animes of Tekken, which I quite liked. Or there was one anime of Tekken, I think, that I watched that I quite liked. I'd be game to see that again. Or, that. In MMA, for example, newbies beat legends all the time. Do they? It's new to me. Lucas says, dude, buy a new chair. Why'd you keep that chair? So the reason why I said just away from off Mortal Kombat tangent for now, just real quick. Obviously, you guys know that this chair absolutely sucks. The reason why I haven't changed it yet is I've had a whole bunch of chairs before this, and they're all terrible. They're all terrible. They're awful. They're awful chairs. So this one is still pretty bad, but this one's been the best one thus far. If anyone remembers, I had this big gaming chair, this blue thing, and that was crap. That was supposed to be comfortable. That was garbage. And then I bought this one. I was like, this is supposed to be really good, and it was good for a little bit, but I just think it's because I sit down too much. To be fair, I think that's why. Anyway, just to explain why I haven't changed it yet, because I can't find one that's good to actually replace it with. That's why. Bailey Ford says, "Would you ever tell us your routine for weights?" It's actually so some of the. No, I deleted them actually. Some of it was on Instagram. If you head on over to my Instagram at Missed H Reviews, it's this down here. There was some videos up there. I don't know if there is any more because I routinely delete stuff. So check it out. Check the close up at 29:48 to the right of Kid Dynasty article. There's a news clipping with Jeremy Corbyn and Holocaust Denier Circle. No way! Are you joking me? Are you actually for real? That's fucking hilarious. That is absolute gold. I thought I downloaded it actually. Let me have a look. That is absolute gold. Because I had this screen. I don't know if I managed to download it or not. I might have inadvertently, accidentally downloaded the film. You need to do a fatality on your chair. I do. Bucky Barnes to Jax. You've got 2 vibranium. Oh dear, oh dear. You catch the latest episode of Invincible yet? I haven't seen today's one. No. I do want to watch that. Please don't give me any spoilers. That would annoy me. But no, I haven't seen it. I do want to check it out. So anyway, like we've spoken for about an hour now about this film. What do you guys think? All in, good or bad? What do you reckon? What about the other descendants of Scorpion, Missed Age? I think that they imply that he is the sole heir of the Scorpion lineage, basically. To be fair, I think that is the implication. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think that is literally the implication. So, yeah. Where is this goddamn film? Oh, no, don't want that. I thought I downloaded it. Did I inadvertently download it or not? I don't think I did. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, maybe I did. Let me have a look. Because I want to look at that Jeremy Corbyn bit. Anyway, sorry about that, ladies and gents. Just looking at stuff. I enjoyed the Predator stream. Can't believe how much of an idiot Shane Black is. Yes. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the Jeremy Corbyn thing. This movie was hot garbage all over the place. Too many plot holes. Do you really think? What was a plot hole then? What was a glaring plot hole? Yeah. It wasn't the director. Guys, if you're going to complain about something, at least know who said it. It was the producer. It wasn't the director. And it's not the same. It is different. At the very least, know who you're talking about. Come on. Because you do yourself a disservice at that point because you just make yourself look stupid, basically. Like one of those people, like an old person shouting at cars, like, "Rah, get off my lawn." Like, it wasn't the director. It was the producer. Yeah. Devin says it was a good movie. More excited to see what's to come. Definitely had its great and meh moments, but overall good. CGI and characters were on point. How did Bihan not hear the baby crying? I don't think it was crying at that point. I think that was the point. They put it in and it wasn't there. It was, yeah. Justice for Lola the Rabbit and her legs. God damn. So just real quick, ladies and gents, subscribe to my second channel. It is a car channel. Please do go and check it out. Would appreciate it if you do. Henry Ford says, Mr. H, do you think in a few years from now this Mortal Kombat movie is going to be one of those movies you say was pretty good, then rewatch it and say, man, that's pretty shit? Yeah, it could be. It could be, to be fair. Yeah, I don't see why. I don't see why not. The thing is, like, it served itself as an entertaining film for me. I was entertained. I had a good laugh with it. Yeah, I don't watch a Mortal Kombat film thinking it's going to be, fucking Oscar bait. I'm not expecting that. I am expecting some cheese. I am expecting some stuff. But what I wasn't expecting was to laugh out loud and have such a good time with it. That's not what I was expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting such laugh out loud moments that were genuinely funny. So yeah, like I got what I expected, but also more of what I didn't expect, which is good. And that's the thing. Like I thought it was pretty good. A glaring plot hole, the whole effing movie. I mean, that's not. We've already brought up the whole plot armor thing, but the whole movie isn't a plot hole. That doesn't make sense, dude. You can say you just didn't like the movie, but like actually identify a plot hole. Since Cole is the lead of this franchise and kills Goro, wouldn't that mean in a sequel he would eventually kill both Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn? No, not necessarily, because Shang Tsung literally says death is just another portal and then takes everyone away. So it's not implying that they're dead. It's actually implying that they're not dead. I'm actually glad Johnny Cage wasn't in the movie anyway. That way he wasn't ruined like everyone else, with the exception of Kano. Interesting. Where's my boy Jasper? He's upstairs. He's relaxing upstairs. I don't believe their spin that they had to remove Cage to add a new character in order to add exposition. They could have still had the exposition with Johnny Cage in the movie. But no, you'd have to have written a different movie, dude. Come on. If you've watched it, you should know this. Cole is related to Scorpion. You can't have Cage related to Scorpion. You'd have to have a different way to have Scorpion come back, the different reasoning for him to come back. Like, it would actually be a different movie. Come on, come on, dude. I'm sure we can agree on that at the very least. But no, like your point here about saying I don't believe their spin. No, neither do I. But also, I don't think he believes the spin either, because he literally has turned around and said, no, it's not what I meant. I'm sorry, it's not what I meant. And he hasn't doubled down on it. So I do give him some respect for that. Like, normally, if people are virtue signaling, they just double down nonstop. I haven't watched the movie. I'm boycotting it. Right. So then you can't sit there and say that you could have just swapped Cage out then, because you can't. Come on. You don't say things with such certainty. And I'm not saying I even liked Cole in this movie, because it was garbage. But you can't say things with such certainty, especially if you haven't watched it, because it only reflects badly on you, not anyone else. Right, I still love the original for its 90s charm. Yeah, I mean, it was good. Yeah. Right. Christopher Lambert was a better Raiden. Yeah, I didn't like the Raiden actor. I didn't like the Raiden actor at all, to be fair. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like charisma and stuff. He just didn't have any. Literally didn't have any at all. Bad. Loads of people hate Cole. The actor who plays Cole is so effing bad at acting. He's real bad. He is real bad. He's not good at all. 7 likes to hit 250 likes. Hit the like button. Cheers, guys. Please do hit that thumbs up. If you've stayed this long, you've obviously enjoyed the stream thus far. So please do hit the thumbs up button. Yeah. I don't believe it looks badly on me at all. Yeah, they would have written the movie a different way if they never removed Cage. No shit. But again, because you haven't watched the movie and you're saying things with such certainty, you can't. It's an uninformed opinion. And uninformed opinions generally do come across a bit dumb. Especially when you're saying they could have just added Cage. Like, they can't just add Cage. Like, the entire narrative of the film depends on Cole being a character, and I hated his character, but the entirety of the film does depend on, Cole being in the film. Basically, like, that's important to the story. And Cage is technically in it at the end, but also why would you have Cage as the lead? Like, he's not a lead character anyway. You wouldn't have him as the lead. You don't need him as the lead. It's not something you would have. Like, you wouldn't. So you could have had him in there. And also as well, like, if you watch the film, you would have realized that the comment that he made was just virtue signaling. Why? Because Kano, a white guy, is literally one of the guys with the most screen presence. So this is why it does actually look bad on you, dude. Because there's so many ways just to refute your points. And I'm not trying to slam you down. I'm not trying to be a dick, but you can't sit there and say things with such certainty when those who have watched it will go, it's not really true, dude. Come on. Like, yeah. I'm saving you from everyone else in the chat, basically slamming you, to be fair. But yeah, like, Kano is literally the lead in this film. Like, he is one of the leads. Yes, you have Cole as the point of view center character, but Kano is one of the leads. He's one of the leads in this film. So the points that were made for why they didn't have Cage in the film are actually just completely redundant and goes to what I thought that they were trying to do, which was just virtue signaling. And that's why they didn't double down on it, you know? That's why they didn't double down on it. I actually asked Todd Garner thrice, how is it that only Johnny's ethnicity disturbed the Asian feel of the movie, but Sonya's and Jack's don't? Yeah, and he wouldn't have been able to reply, dude. That's the point. Because he was just virtue signaling. That's the point. Like, he was very apologetic about what he said. Yeah. So it was... I mean, look, come on now. Why are we all suddenly Johnny Cage fans? Like, you can focus... you can focus on the points that were made, and then you can say, oh, yeah, no, maybe that... Like, you haven't even addressed the points I made, so you just look a bit dumb. Like, the points I made were... The whole thing was virtue signaling because Kano is quite literally a lead. Now, you're either a diehard Johnny Cage fan, which, fine, I guess. Like, he's a fine character, I guess, but there's better characters out there. Or you're just playing dumb at this point and playing ignorant because, again, Johnny Cage's reasons that the producer gave aren't actual reasons because Kano, a white guy, is quite literally one of the most dominant characters in the film. So again, you're either what you are. You're either a diehard fan or whatever. Kano was not the lead. What the fuck? I don't think you heard me correct myself. He was one of the leads. You have a lead point of view character, and then you have main characters that circle your lead character. He was one of those main characters. And he was actually one of the main characters. He was in it for the most. He probably had the most dialogue out of everyone. Cole, the lead, didn't have that much dialogue. I think it was either between Kano or Sonya or Kano and maybe Shang Tsung. But Kano had so much more dialogue, a white guy. So the point that was given as to why they removed Johnny Cage, it was just virtue signaling. And that's the point, like, because if you watch the film, you can see that. Like, it's just there. First plot hole, in my opinion, was the Sub-Zero and Scorpion plot line. What was the reason? Warring clans, kills. What do you mean? What? What's a plot hole there? That's just a plot. I'm confused. What do you mean? How is that a plot hole? So Sub-Zero and Scorpion, warring clans. Sub-Zero kills Scorpion's family, kills Scorpion. He goes to hell. And he comes back. Like, how is that a plot hole? I'm really confused. Like, that's a genuine question. I am actually confused with what the plot hole there is. Let me know. Just wanted to tell you how much I enjoy your channel and content. Oh, that's nice. I've been watching for a little over 3 years now. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Guiltiness. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's really kind of you. China versus Japan. Yeah, I'm confused with what's the plot hole there. Yeah, again, Eli Moses says because he murdered his family. Yeah, what's the plot hole? What's the plot hole? Just saw Mortal Kombat IMAX theater. It was epic. Oh wow, in IMAX. Oh, was that good in IMAX? How did Goro look in IMAX? Because I only watched it in 1080p, so I don't know what Goro looked like in sort of IMAX massive. Let me know. Oluwole says Scorpion and subplot line was a great secondary plot. How can you not like that? Yeah, that was the thing that actually pushed the story along a lot more. I didn't view it as a plot hole, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm curious to get the reasoning for why it's a plot hole. Alan's Raptor says, you're right. Todd didn't say anything. It's not even important anymore, as I didn't like the movie at all. The only ones who pulled their weight are Josh Lawson and Joe Taslim. Cheers. Josh Lawson is great. So good. It's not a plot hole. Sub-Zero literally tells you that he believes Scorpion is the last of the Shirai Ryu ninja clan bloodline. Yeah. I'm so confused. How is it a plot hole? There's no plot hole, just bad plots. Yeah, I mean, you could say that you don't like it, but it's not a plot hole because it works, I guess. 416IX Ronin says, Miss H, you're looking good today, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm growing out my beard a little bit for anyone that gives a fuck, which no one does. Why would anyone care that I'm growing my beard? No one cares. Miss H, the movie as a whole was empty with no Johnny Cage. I disagree. Johnny Cage doesn't make or break a movie. That's odd. Why would you think that he would make or break the movie? Because like I get that. So this is the point that I want to sort of clarify, right? I think people being annoyed over the producer's comments of removing Johnny Cage because he's a white guy, etc. That's perfectly valid. Like, that's valid. The whole thing was dumb anyway because the movie has white guys predominantly in it anyway. So his comments were literally just virtue signaling. But you can be annoyed at that. That makes a lot of sense. But to say that the movie is made or broken without Johnny Cage like that, no. Like, you're not going to get a good enough actor that will beat Joe Taslim or Hiroyuki Sanada that would make or break. Yeah, like Johnny Cage inclusion doesn't make or break the film, basically. I'm really confused with people suddenly like, yeah. Goro looked great. It needs to be seen in IMAX. Wow. Oh, okay, well, good. I'm glad Goro looked good in IMAX. Because again, like in 1080p looked fine. Looked good enough. But 1080p, like it hides a lot. And that was my review copy, basically, my screen there. People judging a movie they've never seen is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is actually one of the main problems I had with Grace Randolph last year. There was the film, what was it called? Unhinged, I think it was called. Unhinged with Russell Crowe, and she literally switched off the movie halfway through it, or like 40 minutes into it, some dumbass time, and just chose to put out a review and trash the film. And it's like, you can't talk about a film that you've not watched the whole entirety of. Like, that's not what you're doing. Especially when some of the things you were complaining about then pick itself up and round out nicely at the end. So it's just, yeah, super, super dumb. So yeah, people judging a movie that they've not seen is, I don't know. I'm always a bit reluctant of that. Josh says, I expect to see Get Over Here, Missed H t-shirts. Was a definite guilty pleasure, like Hudson Hawk. Depending on how well this does, look forward to the second. Love the subtle cameos. Yeah, I don't think I'll do Get Over Here t-shirts, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Again, guilty pleasure. Definitely a guilty pleasure. Like, it's a bad film, but it's also good at the same time. It's entertaining. I think it means the plot hole was that Scorpion was Japanese and Sub-Zero is Chinese, whereas in the games, they're from warring ninja clans, in other words, both Japanese. That's not a plot hole, though, is it? They've just changed it. That's not a plot hole at all. They're just warring clans. One's Chinese and one's Japanese. That's not a plot hole. That's just changing the source material. The movie was bland, though. Mr. H, Johnny Cage may have made it better, is what I meant, I guess. Plot was great. Movie was not so much. They dropped the ball on the script. Yeah, the script and the dialogue was like, it's bad. Like, again, I'm not sitting here saying it's amazing, because it's not. Like, I recognize all of its bad traits. Like, it was shit in parts, but I was still insane. Grace Randolph sucks ass. Just some odd shit she says. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. That gym set design was ridiculous. The MMA fighting gym. What one's this? I'm confused. Kano stole every scene. Yes. How was the soundtrack? The soundtrack was not memorable in any way, shape, or form. I do not remember the soundtrack to this film. I really don't remember the soundtrack at all. I only remember the closing theme tune because it was the theme tune that was remixed a little bit, and it was great. But I don't remember the soundtrack in the film. So whether that's good or bad, I don't know. Probably not particularly good, to be fair. Junior BHT says, do you think a sequel will happen? Good question. It's way too early to tell. Way too early to tell. Yeah. Way too early to tell. Maybe. People have said that actually Bihan and the Lin Kuai clan has always been Chinese. They didn't change anything. Yeah, so what's the plot? I'm just asking what the plot hole is. I don't understand. Correction, Hiroyuki Sanada was awesome in the movie too. By the way, have you seen Eugene Lee Yang shitstorm on Twitter for trying to virtue signal about Asian cinema? No. What's this? I do not know what that is. Please kill off Cole if they do a sequel. Yeah, he's terrible. Hate him. If Raiden can't interfere, then why does he keep teleporting people? They even address it when Jax asks, dude, I thought you couldn't interfere. I think like at that point, they realized that Shang Tsung had been playing dirty the whole time. So he was just like, fuck this. Like, I am going to get involved as much as I can. I think that's how they addressed it, to be fair. I'm pretty certain anyway. I could be wrong, but I think that is basically what they did. That is how they went around addressing it. And I think that's fair enough. Just a quick throwaway bit of dialogue. You don't need it fully explained. I think they'd said it. They even said words to the effect of, they don't play fair. They do this, they do that. So him teleporting people, like, I think that's fair enough as an explanation. The low kick spam was hilarious. Yeah, I liked that. I thought that was funny. I thought that was good, to be fair. Liu Kang has always been the main character in the games. It's his destiny to defeat Shao Kahn. Cole was crap. Goro on Earth was some Masters of the Universe crap. Some of the VFX were really crap. Sub-Zero and Scorpion was good. What VFX do you think were crap, dude? Because again, like I only watched it on a 1080p screener, so I don't know whether it didn't hold up in higher res or on a bigger screen, because it does change things. It does make a big difference. So I'd be curious to know your opinion. I'm still waiting for a Street Fighter movie. Yeah, that'd be cool. Street Fighter movie would be good. D-Lo kick spam had me rewind and watch and laugh several times. Yeah, it was funny. It was actually funny. Why didn't they fight Shang Tsung? So they didn't because it's not the tournament. This whole movie is not the tournament. This whole movie is the setup for the tournament. Yeah. Quan Chi tricked Han to believe Sub-Zero's clan murdered his family, to enrage him to become his Hell Warrior and kill Sub-Zero, then to later find... I think Google's just deleted half your stuff. Yeah, I mean, obviously, but they've... Yeah. But what they presented isn't a plot hole. What they presented in the film isn't a plot hole. The film gave us some of the game's best quips. Was left disappointed no one said toasty. Yeah, they should have done. Liu Kang should have said something like that, shouldn't he, to be fair? Shang broke the rules. Raiden should kick his ass. Yeah. The Kung Lao part, when he slices the bird girl in half, you can really tell the background was green screen. Yeah, yeah. Agreed with that. That's a pretty fair point, to be fair. Oh, okay. So the Eugene Lee Yang said something along the lines of Asian actors and characters finally getting more prominence while ignoring iconic Asian stars like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. But these fucking people are idiots. I don't know why, but Kano reminded me of you the whole time. Kano reminded you of me? Really? interesting. I'm not Australian to start off with. I don't take offence to it, FYI. I'm sure Ellie does though, because Ellie's Australian. But that's funny. That's funny. What's your thoughts on Scorpion's fatality? Yeah, good. It was all. I really liked the fights with Scorpion. Or, oh, let me scroll back. Yeah, no, I really liked the fights with Scorpion. I thought they were well choreographed. I'm sure some people probably didn't, though. To be fair. Ha! You should petition to be Johnny Cage for the sequel. I don't think I'm Hollywood looks to be in there. Let's be honest. Any idea when we're getting it in the UK? So this is right. So this is the sad stuff, right? No idea. They said it was going to be out today. It's not out today. No one can find it, and obviously it's pissed a lot of people off. They're not replying to anyone on Twitter and things like that. Not cool. No idea. Literally no idea. It's a shame. Because all they're doing, and I said this on my stream on Wednesday, I said I had the potential to watch it right now because you can find it. It's online. I'm not an idiot to these things. I do know that they're online. And at the end of the day, if you don't release it all at the same time, you drive people to go and pirate things. I'm not saying people should pirate things, but you're putting a circumstance around them that means that they're more inclined to go and do that, and that's a shame. So yeah, shame. Manchild says out sub didn't, and Quan Chi, which kept his rage going to go after Quan. In the movie, that doesn't happen. Sub dies, so what reason there to continue? So Sub-Zero doesn't die. Again, it's that dialogue from Shang Tsung where he says death is just another portal, and then pulls everyone away with him. So then none of them's dead. This is the thing. I don't think any of them are dead. See, the reason why Johnny Cage works because he's the only one who is not involved with Mortal Kombat in any way. He could have been the perfect point of view character instead of Cole. But then you'd have had to have rewritten the movie. That's the thing. You would have had to have rewritten the Scorpion lineage, all that kind of stuff. Jelena likes Mortal Kombat and is from Switzerland. Nice to have you on. No tea for you in the UK then, or Mortal Kombat. HBO has said they're going to back to the big releases in theaters next year, but this year it's all supposed to be on HBO Max in the USA anyways. Yeah, well, over here it's supposed to be on certain streaming platforms over here, but this one it hasn't done it. It's really odd. It's odd. I don't know what's going on. Someone said something about Goro, basically saying that he's been the champion for 500 years, etc., etc., etc. Given little screen time, all that. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Kano stole the show. Raiden was pretty wooden. Not a masterpiece by any stretch. Lots to like, though, and the setup for a sequel was nice. Agreed. I agree on all those points. Raiden was crap, very wooden. Kano did steal the show. It's not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless. So, yeah, I agree with all of that. What's this? After Mortal Kombat 2, the franchise stopped focusing on the actual tournament. To be honest, I never understood how the tournament worked, like how the opponents were chosen or matched up. I don't get why you guys don't have HBO Max, because they rushed it and they didn't roll it out properly. I don't know why either, to be fair. It's super dumb. It's not cool. What did I think of Sub-Zero? I liked him. I thought Sub-Zero was good in this. I thought the costume was fine for the most part, pretty good. Some of it was a bit too much up here, but I thought it worked for the most part. Kano, the hero we don't know we needed. Kano was so good. Kano was so good. Goro didn't rip anybody in half or to waist. He was about to rip someone in half, but he didn't. Oh, excuse me. I'm a bit tired. I'm a bit sick today. I'm actually very sick, to be fair. Right. As much smack as I've said here about the movie, yes, it was good, especially now that I can look at it as more of a setup movie. I might have been expecting too much going in. I think you're justified to expect a lot, to be fair, though, because I think you're justified because the trailer showed what looked like the tournament, and they didn't do the tournament, and I think that's justified to be annoyed by that. Cole Young, literal plot armor. Yeah, garbage. Absolute garbage. Ed Starr dropped in, says Mr. H, fan chat is the best online. Oh, Mr. H's fan chat is the best online. This channel is all round awesome. Excellent commentary. Well, you're very kind, man, genuinely. And also as well, like I always do, I always take a moment just to say thank you all so much for dropping by. We have memberships open on the channel now. Really, really do appreciate that. If you want to support the channel further, you can through super chats. That literally helps keep the lights on. It's a massive help at the moment because YouTube has changed something on the algorithm. I'm not sure what they're doing. Videos that I would normally make that do very well now don't do very well. And then an odd video, like I did the Netflix Marvel. I don't talk about Marvel because I used to and I watched them, right? So then I did this Netflix Marvel video and it randomly got views. And I'm like, what is going on? So basically they're changing something on the algorithm, which then like doesn't put anything anywhere. So when I say, like super chats and memberships help keep the lights on, it literally does. Like it actually helps a lot. It's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this second channel, which I'll leave link down below. That's why I'm plugging it so much. Because if I can get that going and get a lot of people over there watching the content, then that will really help as well. But I always take a moment on these live streams to say thank you all so much for joining me, because these live streams only happen because you guys are here. And yeah, it's important. It's important to actually recognize that and tell you guys I appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that people like Ed Starr, for instance, have said that, this chat is one of the best online. And that's not because of me. That's because of you guys, because you come here. The chat's really nice and friendly. You're all very, I don't know, you're just all very courteous and nice to one another. Even when you disagree, no one's going, you fucking blah, blah, blah. You're all just normal people to one another. That's quite rare online. So thank you so much. Yeah, always got to take a moment to say it. With respect to memberships, just to throw it out there, you get a weekly playthrough. And then on Fridays, usually, because I'm going to disappoint people today, usually we do member call-ins. I'm really quite sick today. I've had a whole bunch of Lemsips and painkillers before I came on stream. And I feel really rough, and I don't know why. So what I'll do to make it up to you guys, members anyway, is we'll include member call-ins at the end of another stream next week. So there'll be 2 in 1 week. But it's just to throw it out there. I'm not, you will get it. It's not me dodging. It's not me being a dick. I just feel horrendous. So I'm sorry about that. Also, as well, just to let you all know, yeah, Phil Stair says your channel, your chair sucks. WD-40, that shit. I really should. It's so bad. But also, just to let you all know as well, next Friday it is actually my birthday, so I probably won't be streaming on Friday, but you will get your 3 streams in. I can assure you of that. And the birthday stream, because that's what it will be like titled birthday stream. That'll probably be on Thursday, maybe. Or very early Friday morning. I haven't really decided. One of the two, but it'll be labeled and we'll just hang out on my birthday or around my birthday, and it'll be a good time. Just to throw it out there. But there will be 3 next week. Mark Stevenson says, have I had the COVID jab? I haven't, actually. I was offered it a few times, but I was offered it in London, and I don't live anywhere near London, so I couldn't get to London. I'm not going to London to get a COVID jab. It's way, way, way too far for me. It's like 2.5 hours, like 2.5, 3 hour drive, dependent. It's like an hour on a train, but I don't want to sit on a train. I'd rather just drive. Someone said something about do some pulls in the 720. Those guys, just to give you an insight into this second channel, this car channel, this week, sorry. Yeah, it was this week. Tuesday, this week, I've got this. Hold on, let me just show you. Not everyone's interested in this, but some people are. So I have this Datsun 720 mini truck thing that I have. This is like one of my dream cars. And when I say that, it's not expensive. It's not like a hugely rich item. But I have this thing. And basically on Tuesday this week, it went and had a custom exhaust. And there's lots of videos coming up about that in not next week, but the week after. So subscribe to that second channel and you'll find it out. You'll like it. I think you guys will really appreciate that. Jasper's actually upstairs at the moment. He's chilling out. Ed Starr says, Big H birthday countdown. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thought you had, you're feeling rough. Yeah, no, I know it does apparently make some people feel rough. I can't talk about it too much because you get banned from YouTube if you talk about vaccines and shit like that. So I'm not going to do that. What's your favorite car or dream car? And do you like any car movies? So one of my favorite movies of 2019 now, I think, was Ford versus Ferrari. It was a fantastic movie. One of the best movies I'd watched for a really long time, and not many people watched it. I think it was called Le Mans 88 or something like that. In certain parts of the world. But Ford versus Ferrari, it's not actually a car movie, but it has cars in it. It's an interpersonal movie, the interpersonal relationships, a man succumbing to, the pressures of family life and things like this, and then also bowing down to other people, trying to be a good sportsman, basically. It's a very powerful movie. It's very, very good. Christian Bale, Matt Damon, I strongly recommend it to anyone. You don't even have to be a car person. I think anyone would really like that film. Christian Bale is damn near unrecognizable. You recognize him, but he puts on such a good performance. He changes himself massively for that film. I think you guys would really, really like it, to be fair. So, King Corp says, I got the vaccine, it effed me up, man. Worse than when I actually had COVID. Sorry to hear that, dude. Very, very sorry to hear that. When will Mr. H finally reveal to us his real name and age? My name is on that second channel. It's been out for a while, to be fair, guys. The name has actually been out for a while. Like it's there. It's in the end credits of Blackfields. It's all there. Like my name is actually there. I'm surprised you guys haven't actually seen it, to be fair. Big Chap, this is a good message for everyone. Alien Isolation is free in the Epic Games Store. Go and get it now. Go and get Alien Isolation now. You will not be disappointed. It's so good. Such a good game. Andy Hartley says, I just subscribed to Car Nonsense Lad. Also, will you be reviewing The Reckoning, Mr. Age? The Reckoning was... it looked like a fantastic film, to be fair. I will have to check that out. Also, just in, apparently, Mortal Kombat release in the UK has now basically been rumoured, but postponed till May the 17th, which I don't understand why they would do that. But there you go, ladies and gents, in the chat. If you're in the UK, Mortal Kombat is now rumoured to be released May 17th, which is garbage. Have I ever trained in martial arts? I practice jiu-jitsu, which is some hard shit. Props to the actors for doing their own stunts. Really impressive, especially Scorpion. Yeah, the martial arts were pretty good in this. I really liked that. I did some judo and I did some Thai boxing, but I'm not that flexible, so I gave it up. Miss H Reviews, absolutely love your 370. That's a car that's absolutely slept on, unfortunately. It is everywhere, because guys in the States think that a 370Z is a racer car. In the UK, just no one owns them. They're very rare here. They're really expensive as well. They're just never here. Colin McLean seconds my comment about Ford versus Ferrari. It's phenomenal. One of my fave of the last few years. It's so good, isn't it? It really, really is. It's absolutely fantastic. It's such a good game. Someone says, nice haircut. Thank you. I'm booked in for another haircut soon because I didn't want to. I don't want to get any of this mop shit back that I had to deal with for so long. Your review was a bit harsh. The movie was great and had a lot of an improvement for the sequel. There are 4 more movies in the plans. How was it a bit harsh? I literally said I really liked it and I recommended it. How was it harsh? Genuinely, how was that harsh? Saying how much I liked it. I never understood that. Just because you disagree with certain elements, it wasn't a harsh review. I said how much I really liked it. I'd be curious as to why you thought it was harsh then. How does Nick's car shoot fire? Headers and straight pipes. So it's got a turbo back titanium Tomei exhaust. And it's running basically 700 horsepower. So for those that don't know, Iron Wolf is referring to another car that appears on my second channel, my car channel, which is my friend's Nissan Skyline GTR R32, which is it's an insane build. It's really, really insane. And it shoots flames out the exhaust. Like, we were outside this cafe, Podium Cafe, in a place like in Berkshire, basically. And he was parked up, exhaust facing the windows, and he basically, revved the shit out of the engine. And it got so loud, like I genuinely thought it was going to shatter the windows. That's how loud it got. It was very, 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 very insane. It sounded like you was kind of disappointed. I know you didn't bash it, but you sounded kind of disappointed. You can't say I was harsh then. Just because I sounded disappointed doesn't mean I was harsh. Come on, man. Come on. I literally said it was a good movie. I recommended it. I called it a guilty pleasure. I said how much I enjoyed it. Yeah. Come on, dude. That's not harsh. Just because you thought I sounded disappointed doesn't mean it was a harsh review. Come on, buddy. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there, but no, come on. Man, Blackfields, I loved it. As a film student, I really enjoyed it. Wow, man. Cinematography, the shots. There's one specific shot that got me like, man, this is some good shit. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked that. That's good. Again, just for anyone that cares, my second channel, I'll leave it linked there. It's actually in the description box as well. Please do check it out. I think we're going to have to go now. I'm sort of lagging a little bit here. So I'm not going to go just yet. If you want a question answered immediately right now before I go, you've got 10 minutes. Use the super chat function. I'm still here. Super chats. I will get to, an answer. I'll do it all here, and then I'll sort of round out the video. And if no one does, then just leave your, actual chat here, and then I will get to a question. If no one does super chats, but super chats are like first come, first serve. That's why I say that. Finbar White says, hope you feel better soon. Keep smiling. I'm sure Jasper will keep you going. Alien Isolation was great. Alien Isolation is so good, and there's a really good episode coming up on Sunday. Already recorded it. It's ready to go. So I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. Genuinely. It's goddamn that game. It gets me. It gets me every time. I hate it so much. Wait till Mr. H hates something, then you'll know harsh. No, in fairness, like if you want, they're not even harsh. Like my hate reviews are. I know the Thunder Force review is pretty harsh. That's a harsh review. Go watch that. That's harsh. This stream is a flawless victory. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Where's the dog? He's upstairs. Love the setup, bud. Appreciate it, Josh, man. John Davies says, thanks all subscribers and members for coming. Yeah, thank you all. Genuinely, thank you all. Yeah, you're right. Didn't mean to make things up, but you made great points, though. The main actor was doo-doo for real. He can't act. Yeah. No, you're not making things up. You just got to remember, like, I'm very literal. Like, if I thought it was shit, I'd just say it was shit. Like, I don't owe anyone anything. Then it would have kind of been harsh, I guess. R32 is the late 80s, early 90s gen. 90s, I think, isn't it? Or maybe late 80s. I thought it was 90s. I can't remember, to be fair. I think it's 90s. I could be wrong. I have the Nissan Pulsar GTI-R, which is 91. Quite an early model, but they only made them for 4 years anyway, so they're not around for very long. Just put in the Alien Isolation game. Let's see if you're right, Mistage. You will love it. And also probably shit your pants. But I'll tell you what, Phil, report back, see if you liked it. Because as a fan of Alien, there's a lot to love in that game. There really is. Rick H. Hi, Mr. H. Any plans to review the new live-action Rooney Kenshin movie that just came out? I think you commented on my Mortal Kombat review, didn't you? And mentioned this. I didn't even know about it. So, yeah, maybe. I'll have to check it out. Best thing to do is actually to email it to me at mistakesreviews@gmail.com so I can have a look and just check it out myself, because by the time I finish here, I go to bed and then I'm not going to actually remember. So, yeah, let me know. Do you think we will get a Bioshock film? Yes, I actually do. And the reason why I say that is because we're getting a Borderlands film. We're getting more and more video game adaptations, and they are going up and up and up. But more Kombat, for instance, there was one. Yeah, the quality is going up and up and up. So, yeah, I think that it's inevitable that we would probably get that eventually if the rights are not tangled up in a mess. That's the thing that kills it. Andy McCallum says, I played it. It gave me PTSD. God damn. Not good. It's so good. That is such a good game. Love it. Mr. H, we do a review of Wally's Wonderland, best horror in years. I've already done it. I did Willy's Wonderland already. I did it months ago, dude. Get them notifications on, buddy. Yeah, I already did it. I'm sure one of the wrenches in the chat will link my Willy's Wonderland review. I did it a while back, quite a while back now, actually. And I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great. So, in fact, I'll link it because I've just found it. So here you go, Zane, my dude. There is the Willy's Wonderland review. Check it out. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very, very good. Do you think the budget of the movie was justified? Some people call it Avengers type of quality budget-wise. Avengers type of quality budget-wise? For Mortal Kombat? I don't think the budget's actually been revealed, to be fair. What? Mortal Kombat? What? I had a budget of 18 million to 20 million US dollars, mate. That's a tiny budget. Was that justified? $20 million. They've done a lot with $20 million. That was rumored to be anyway. That's a tiny budget. But then some people have said it's rumored to be 40 to 50 million. So the budget's all over the place for this film. Some people say $30 million budget. We don't know. It's not been revealed. It's all over the place budget-wise. Don't know what to say to you about that. I think they did a lot with the budget, which was inevitably going to be small. Let's be honest. I think they've done really well with the budget. $20 million, $30 million doesn't buy you much. I think they've done pretty well with that for what it is. Yeah. So anyway, guys, any more super chat questions real quick? Just, again, give you the opportunity, because I am going to leave shortly, give you another 5 minutes, then I will need to disappear. But if you want a question answered immediately, super chat, and then I'll just get to the actual questions like I have been doing. Mango Badger, I love your name, dude. That's awesome. Keep well. Love to Jasper. Love to the chat. You guys are amazing. And Thunder Force is shite. It's so bad. Thunder Force was atrocious film. People need to stop hiring Melissa McCarthy. She can't act. She's awful. She's absolutely awful. But thank you so much. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear, so that's why I'm not doing the member call-ins. But we will do it twice next week, guys. So please don't worry. Please don't just throw your membership away. We will do it twice next week, I promise. I'll stay up. I'll do it for you. I promise. It'll probably have to be Monday and Wednesday. It won't be Thursday on the birthday stream, but it will be on probably Monday and Wednesday, to be fair. Promise. Alex Namtvet says, have you checked out the Colder comics yet, mate? Sorry for asking this over and over. I don't work for them. I just like them. I had briefly looked at them. I sort of flicked through them online, and I think Andre may have sent them to me as well, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it looked fantastic. Like, it looked really, really decent. I need to just, the thing is, I need to sit down and actually get into it, if that makes sense. Like, I need to sit down, actually dedicate some time to it. Like, the comics I've had to read recently was the Alien Marvel comic. It sucks so bad. So I need something to wash the taste of that out of my mouth, because it's garbage. So no, I promise I will do it. I promise. And I already had, I had taken a look at it. Wait a minute, Jasper, is that your cat? No, it's my dog. Jasper's my doggo. You must be really new here, dude. Yeah, so Jasper's my doggo. He normally just sits in the background. But yeah, he's my little doggo. Thunder Force more terrifying than Alien Isolation. Yeah. Mr. H Reviews wins flawless victory fatality. Thank you so much, or hatality. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right, ladies and gents, please do, like I'd already said, subscribe to... Oh, what's going on there? Way off there. What's going on? Subscribe. I'm just going to keep pounding this bloody second channel out. I need to. Because I didn't talk about it for ages. No one knows about it. But anyway, there you go. Subscribe to my second channel. It is a car channel. I'm rebuilding a Nissan Pulsar GTIR. Episodes on that every single Monday. So tune in for that. Like, it's a really interesting project. It's a rally car made for the road so they could compete in Group A rally. It's a very strange car. I think you guys would like it. So subscribe to that. But thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you've got any questions, you want to follow me and my nonsense, I've got Twitter at Mr. H Reviews. I've got Instagram at Mr. H Reviews. There's only about 30 left of my Blu-ray Black Fields. You'll find it linked down below in the description box. It's very limited now. There's only about 30 left, so please do grab it whilst you can. And if you want to become a member, please do. There you go. That's it. There's not much else to say, to be honest. Thank you for spending your Friday with me. Thank you so much. Take care.